Let me ask you something strange. Imagine two people, same city, same job, same salary. One of them, 5 years from now, has savings, investments, and a plan. The other one, still living paycheck to paycheck, wondering where all the money went. Same income, completely different outcomes. Now, here's the part that most people get wrong. The difference isn't discipline. It isn't hard work. It isn't even financial knowledge. It's something happening inside the brain. Something you can't see. Something that's been running quietly in the background since you were a child. And until you understand it, it will keep making decisions for you. Today, we're going inside the hidden war between your mind and your money. And trust me, once you see this, you cannot unsee it. Most people believe that getting better with money is about learning more. Read a book, watch a video, learn about budgeting, investing, compound interest. And sure, knowledge matters. But here's the problem. You probably already know you shouldn't spend money you don't have. You know you should save. You know you should invest early. You've heard it 100 times. And yet, most people still don't do it. Why? Because the problem was never information. The problem is your brain. See, your brain was not designed for modern money. It was designed for survival. Thousands of years ago, your ancestors lived in a world where tomorrow was never guaranteed. You ate when food was available. You rested when it was safe. You grabbed what you could when you could, because waiting might mean never getting it at all. That brain, it's still inside your skull right now, making your financial decisions. And in a world of credit cards, one-click purchases, and social media showing you someone's luxury vacation every 3 minutes, that ancient brain is completely out of its depth. Let's break down exactly what's happening. There are 5 mental traps your brain falls into, and almost every financial mistake you've ever made traces back to one of them. The first one is called present bias. Imagine I offer you a choice. I can give you $50 right now, or I can give you $100 in 30 days. Logically, wait 30 days, double your money, easy. But most people take the 50, not because they're stupid, because the brain values right now far more than later. Neuroscientists call this temporal discounting. The further away a reward is, the less your brain cares about it. This is why saving for retirement feels impossible at 25. Retirement is 40 years away. Your brain can barely imagine next Tuesday. So every month, the future version of you loses the argument against the present version who really wants those new shoes. The brain isn't being lazy. It's doing exactly what it was built to do. Survive today, worry about tomorrow when it arrives. The second trap is loss aversion. Here's a quick experiment. If I told you that you had a 50-50 chance to win $300, but also a 50-50 chance to lose $200, would you take that bet? Statistically, you should. The expected value is positive. But most people refuse, because losing $200 feels about twice as painful as winning $300 feels good. Psychologists call this loss aversion, and it rewires how you make every financial decision. It's why people hold on to a crashing stock for months, praying it comes back, because selling means making the loss real. It's why someone would rather leave money sitting in a savings account earning almost nothing than invest it, where it might dip temporarily. The possibility of loss feels like a threat, and the brain treats threats seriously. The cruel irony, by trying to avoid the feeling of losing, most people quietly lose anyway, just slowly enough that they don't notice. The third trap is the pain of paying. Think about the last time you paid cash for something. Really pulled out bills, counted them, and handed them over. It felt a little uncomfortable, right? Now think about the last time you tapped your card or paid with your phone. 1 second, done. Barely registered. That discomfort you feel with cash, that's your brain's way of saying, wait, is this worth it? It's a natural friction, a little pause that makes you think twice. But digital payments remove that friction almost entirely. Credit cards make it even worse because when you swipe, the pain of paying doesn't arrive until the bill does, and by then, you've already enjoyed whatever you bought. Researchers have found that people consistently spend more when using cards versus cash.
Not because they want to overspend, because the brain connects spending to pain. And when you reduce the pain signal, the spending goes up automatically. This is not an accident. Every payment system ever designed has been optimized to reduce your pain of paying as much as possible. Because when spending feels painless, you spend more. The fourth trap is your money script. This one runs the deepest. Between the ages of 5 and 15, you were absorbing everything around you. How your parents talked about money, whether there was always enough or never enough, whether money was something to be spent, saved, feared, or chased. And from all of that, your brain quietly wrote a story, a money script. Invisible rules about what money means and how you're supposed to relate to it. If you grew up hearing "we can't afford that" constantly, your brain may have concluded that scarcity is normal. Even if you earn good money today, that script still runs. You feel anxious, like it might disappear, like you don't deserve to have it. If you grew up watching spending used as comfort, when things were hard you went shopping, then your brain learned to soothe stress with purchases. And now, every time life gets difficult, your hand reaches for your wallet without you even thinking about it. These aren't character flaws. These are programs, written in childhood, running in adulthood. And most people go their entire lives without ever reading the code. The fifth trap is analysis paralysis. Here's something ironic. The smarter someone is, the more research they do before making financial decisions. And the more research they do, the less likely they are to actually act. You've probably felt this. You want to start investing, so you research. Stocks, index funds, ETFs, real estate. You read about market cycles and risk tolerance. You watch 12 more videos. You open a brokerage account and stare at it. And then you wait for the perfect time, for more certainty, for when you feel ready. Meanwhile, time passes, and time is the one ingredient that makes investing work. Here's the irony. The brain thinks it's being responsible by gathering more information. But in financial markets, waiting for perfect certainty is a guarantee of missed opportunity. The people who started imperfectly years ago are sitting on gains that all the research in the world can't replace. So now you see it. 5 traps, all built into the same brain that's supposed to be helping you build wealth. And here's the real insight. Your brain is not your enemy. It's an extraordinary machine that kept human beings alive for hundreds of thousands of years, but it was built for a world that no longer exists. The savannah didn't have student loans. The cave didn't have one-click checkout. Your ancestors never had to think 40 years ahead to fund a retirement. The financial world you live in requires a kind of thinking that evolution never prepared you for. And that's not a personal failure. That's just the situation. But here's what makes it possible to win anyway. Awareness. The moment you understand why your brain does what it does with money, you stop being controlled by it. You start making decisions instead of just reacting to invisible impulses. Same income, different outcome. The difference was never about the numbers. It was always about what was happening inside the mind. Fix the mind, fix the money.